Alright guys, it's another day. We've got parts, we've got tools, we've got so much stuff, and we got a mess. We're into the short strokes of it now. So we're just gonna get right into it because I don't have a ton of time to mess around. We figured out the engine oil cooler for the Jeep. It was a bit of a mess around. What we're doing is we're gonna use the plate heat exchanger that came in my 4-liter radiator. This 4-liter radiator was a replacement made to fit all years. So it does have a plate heat exchanger in the one tank. So I don't know what Jeep did, but they've got a 3/8 NPT thread going into the plate heat exchanger in the radiator, going to an 11/16 thread with a 45-degree SAE fitting on the end. Not even the hydraulic hose shop could make heads or tails of this thing. So clearly Jeep made a one-off fastener. So obviously that won't work. Okay, so what we did is I've got 1/4" MPT male to 3/8 MPT female fittings because they had a nice step. I had to stack some washers on there. That's not a big deal, and I'll tell you why. It's because these will never see fluid. From the inside of the plate heat exchanger, it's sealed at the threads with thread sealant, and the plate heat exchanger seals with an O-ring against the inside of the tank. So these washers should never see fluid, at least not fluid trying to get out. Unless I messed up, in which case it was going to happen anyways. So what we've got here, and all these parts I just got at our local Princess Auto, which is the Canadian version of Harbor Freight. We've got a 3/8 NPT to half JIS 90. That's going to go on here. And that'll just point straight down. And that's mostly just to keep it neat. For the bottom, same idea, except a straight fitting because this is right by the hose. That'll go in there. Oh, those threads are a little crusty. And then we had hoses made, also at Princess Auto. And these just thread right on there because they're a 1/2" JIS fitting. And there we go. One set of oil cooler lines using off-the-shelf parts. Dodge. Alright guys, it's a new day. New bread. Not actually. We got some new parts. Coolant temperature sensor. Should be a standard LS one, I think. I don't see why GM would change it. It's, you know, plugs in, it reads temperature. Not rocket appliances. We got a shift cable out of a 2005 to 2009 Trailblazer. Those are a console shift, and they have a 4L60. My understanding is the little nubbin on the shift lever for the 4L80 is the same size. So in theory, this can be made to work. The detents on the shifter will be wrong. I get that. I can deal with that. It's, you can always shave the nubbins. PRN, park, reverse, neutral should be the same, in theory. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, if possible, I would like to use that one. It'd be a lot nicer looking. And we can always modify detents. It's not rocket appliances. Alright guys, so you can see the new cable. It's the upper one. Quite a bit longer. One thing to note is this grommet is the one out of the Jeep. You're probably going to want to save that to reuse. Because the grommet comes on the Trailblazer cable is not even close to fitting. So yeah, it's you can see the difference. There's a bit of a plate under there that bolts over this. It's not gonna lie, it's a pain in the ass to get off. Not fun. Anyways, we're gonna get this new cable in here and get this all hooked up. Let's get to it. Alright guys, it's almost 11 o'clock at night. We got the new coolant temperature sensor in. So we also got the shifter sorted out, which was the step that I've been stressing over for a while. Thank you to, sorry, I've forgotten your name. I'll put it up on the screen here. For the gentleman that pointed me towards using the shift cable. So we also got the shifter worked out. And I'll put your name on the screen, the name of the gentleman that pointed me in the direction using the Trailblazer shift cable. All we did is we made a little piece of steel to go from the WJ shifter to the cable. It actually works pretty good. Park lines up because that's where it was when I built the bracket. Reverse works. Neutral works. Fourth gear or drive works, but you gotta give her the beans. Then third gear and second gear works. Unfortunately, first gear doesn't work just yet. Reverse, neutral, drive, 3, 2. That's all I got. Don't have first gear yet. Alright guys, Bergs back! Okay, so we got our oil cooling lines figured out. I know, yeah, some of you don't like worm drives, but it's fine. This is hydraulic hose, so should never burst, ever. If this whole Jeep burns to the ground, this should be the last thing left. So that's on there. We got cooling systems all plumbed. I think the plumbing's done. Okay, so as you can see, it ran with the GM ECU's security system, or VATS as most know it. Put the kibosh on it. It would shut off after a couple cylinders. We tried to make it to the show and shine, but we didn't because the winch didn't work. Sometimes the best efforts just don't pan out. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.